are judged.
Very good. Okay. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Svayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Scha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sahadvetam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Dehivam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Brindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Bhagavad Gita, Chapter 2, Text 34. Akirtim chapi bhutani katayisyanti te vyahavam sabhavitasya chakirtir maranada atirichayate. People will always speak of your infamy, and for one who has been dishonored, dishonor is worse than death. Both as friend and philosopher to Arjuna, Lord Krishna now gives his final judgment regarding Arjuna's refusal to fight. The Lord says, Arjuna, if you leave the battlefield, people will call you a coward even before your actual fight. And if you think that people may call you bad names, but that you will save your life by fleeing the battlefield, then my advice is that you do better to die in the battle. For a respectable man like you, ill fame is worse than death. So you should not flee for fear of your life. Better to die in the battle. That will save you from the ill fame of misusing my friendship and from losing your prestige in society. So the final judgment of the Lord was for Arjuna to die in the battlefield and not withdraw. End of purport. So, there's an old saying by Oscar Wilde, the only thing worse than being talked about is not being talked about. But we can safely say this was under the influence of Kali Yuga. Because dishonor is, especially Arjuna was a Kshatriya. He was really groomed to be one of the rulers of the world, a very great king, or at least helping his brother Yudhisthira, who was destined to be king. So a lot of it was honor. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen some old samurai movies by Kurosawa. Like, honor was paramount to them. And basically the warriors of Dwapara Yuga, honor, it was like they were very, very strong and capable. Arjuna had the Brahmastra. He could attack hundreds of thousands of soldiers at the same time. But with great power comes great responsibility, and it was the honor. With the power came the honor. It wasn't just power, like, it's not just like in the news or like in modern history, you see these armies and things that they have power and they misuse it. All these empires that abused people. I mean, they were taught to be real rulers. They were taught to be honorable people that live by dharma. So if Arjuna had shirked his responsibility to fight and to protect and defend, it would have been like the worst possible thing. Yeah.
So if it was Krishna telling him that if he didn't do it, that like would he? I wonder if he would come back. Like not as.
There is a verse in the Bhagavad Gita. I'm sorry to interrupt. There's a verse in the Bhagavad Gita, I think, where Krishna says, whatever you do, everyone on the battlefield is going to die anyway.
Right. Yeah.
So Arjuna would have been dishonored.
Would he have been dishonored in his next life? Like, I wonder. Not
well, all right. So here's a story.
Would he come back as a warrior, or would he come back as like some?
I mean, ultimately, we won't truly know the answer,
right.
but I have a story for you that might give us some insight. So there were some, there were two gatekeepers in Vaikuntha. Vaikuntha are all the planets that are beyond the material world. So like 25% of existence is the material world, innumerable universes, but 75% is the spiritual sky, which is Vaikuntha. Vaikuntha is not just one planet, it's numerous planets.
So it's like a universe.
Yeah, where Krishna has all his eternal pastimes in the different planets. There's like a Goloka is where Krishna is, like Vrindavan Krishna, and then I think there's Ramaloka where he's in his Ramachandra form, and all his other spiritual forms. They have they live eternally on these planets. Right. So like the gatekeeper of that they were two, Jai and Vijay. Right. And the four Kumars came to visit one day. And then they're like, oh, you're just a bunch of children. You're not supposed to be here. But of course, they were great saints. And so they committed a great offense. And so the Lord gave them a choice. You can either have 10 lives as my devotee or 3 lives as my enemy. And they just want to get it over with. Because they know how horrible the material world is. So they're like, give us 3 lives as your enemies. That we'll take that. Just because they want to get it over with. So I think I'm not familiar with all of the lives that they took, but I think it was. I think one of them was like Ravana and Hiranyakashipu, and I think there was one more.
I think they were in the trees that Krishna. No, maybe not. When Krishna was tied up by Mother Yashoda.
Oh yeah, it could have been.
They were the trees?
I think they might have been the spirits or the souls that came out of the trees when he broke the tree. But I could be getting confused.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, so it's interesting that they were Ravana. I'm like in the end of the Ramayana.
Okay, actually I have it. So in Satya Yuga, they were Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. In Treta Yuga, they were Ravana and Kumbhakarna, who were both killed by Rama. Dwapara Yuga, they were Shishupal and Dantavakra.
Oh.
Yeah. And I think that I vaguely remember that they were Jagai and Madai during during Mahaprabhu's pastimes as well. Yeah. So, I mean.
So what are they called? Rakshasas? What are they?
Rakshashas.
Rakshasas.
Mm-hmm.
They're really yogis, right?
Mm-hmm.
That come back in. Are they like demonic? They're demonic.
Yes, they're demonic.
But they could be good demonic. Like there was
Well-
one of the Rakshasas that,
Prahlad
and also in the Ramayana,
and Bali Maharaj.
he helped Ram, and
Mhm.
I think he was somebody's brother. Oh God, I can't
Mm.
remember.
Even Bhima married one.
Huh?
Oh yeah,
Bhima
that's
married
right.
one and had a child also.
Oh.
Yes, Bhima married a Rakshasa woman. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
Really?
because she,
Oh, yeah,
saved,
yeah, yeah.
she saved him from getting
Oh,
eaten
right,
by
right,
her.
right.
And this
And
and their
but they helped them.
their son was an extremely powerful warrior too.
Right.
Yeah. hmm
So
True.
they're Rakshasa, I can't say it.
Rakshasa.
Rakshasa.
Mm.
But they also can do good, right? They,
Oh, of course, we
yeah.
all have choices, definitely.
Yeah.
hmm
Yeah, I just find that interesting.
I mean, like for instance, Indra decided to make offense against Krishna and try to attack Krishna and during the Vrindavan Leela, and that's why Krishna had to lift Govardhan Hill up
Right.
to protect the devotees. And then, of course, Prahlad chose to become a good person, even though he was from Rakshasa family, and the same with Bali Maharaj.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all have
Right. so
choices.
it's choices.
And the point I was trying to make to bring up Jai and Vijay is like they were eternal associates of the Lord. So sometimes these are supposed to be like teaching moments, like you learn something from what they did. So, but Krishna keeps them close. Like he said, you can. It's not that they just had like they weren't like just in this material world, like oh you're gonna be an accountant in Atlanta, Georgia, or something. No, he's like you're gonna be my enemy.
Right.
And then when you're the enemy, then you're like really, really tied with Krishna. Like for instance, when Krishna killed Shishupal, his soul shot up and then like came back, just got absorbed into Krishna.
Right.
Yeah.
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 Very interesting.
Oh yeah.
There's so much to remember.
Yeah.
It is, but it will come very naturally after a while. hmm It may seem like a lot, but
No, it's
eventually.
true because like if we were sitting here doing this a year ago, I'd be like completely lost
Mhm.
on what everything is being said. But now, I'm
Right.
like, oh yeah, I remember that.
There you go.
Yeah.
Right? I
You'll-
remember that.
And you'll keep remembering things. They're very memorable.
You know what helps too is like one sweet day you'll be in the grocery store and you'll like watch some interaction happen between people and you'll be reminded of something you read in your
Yes.
in one of the
Ooh,
bard
yeah.
or something, and then it'll like all come together in your like practical experience. And,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I've had that happen,
Yeah.
and it's interesting.
It's like how I remember movies and TV shows, but at some point I actually put it to good use by remembering,
Yeah.
Krishna's pastimes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, it's true.
Yeah.
But I really think I want to start watching that show that you always talk about, and I can't find it. You know,
What
the
show?
one, Quantum Leap.
Yeah.
Oh.
I feel like I want to.
You-
It's a
I-
great show.
I find
I'll
it-
support
yeah.
that.
You
Yeah.
will, right?
Yeah,
And
I
a
love
lot
that
of
show.
people
Mhm.
were really into it when it was
Yes.
like on
Mhm.
regular TV, and he refers to it all the time. It's like in quantum, you know.
It's-
So
But
It's
you'll
complicated
definitely,
though.
you'll
isn't it?
definitely find a few things on there that you're like, oh, that
What?
would not fly these days.
yeah.
Because it was, in the 80s or 90s or
Oh,
whatever.
Mm.
Like there was one morning he woke up and he had Down syndrome. And internally he says to himself, oh my God, I'm retarded. But
Yeah.
you can't say that anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
Cannot. So many
But
things
I-
like that.
I think right after he says that, like the brother of the guy says, "No, you're special."
Oh, right.
I remember that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where can you watch Quantum Leap? Like,
Probably NBC Universal.
okay.
Yeah.
You
Maybe
could just
more.
you do like a search on,
Yeah.
you
Yeah. I always think about. I'm like, I should just start watching that. 'cause
Yeah,
it's-
now I
Well-
wanna,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think a lot of it. I think there's kind of an allegory to reincarnation in there
Yeah.
because he's always somebody else,
Yeah.
but he doesn't always remember like all the other like existences he had. He doesn't even remember who he was before. They call it the Swiss cheese memory. That was
Yeah,
like the way
but-
they wrote it in.
neither do we.
Was
Right.
it
In our
like
past lives, we
I
don't
feel
remember.
like I may have started watching it and thought like this is
Too far
over
out.
my head. you
But
know?
now you might see it
Yeah,
differently
yeah.
as like reincarnation and these
Yeah.
past lives and
I was trying to tell Nancy about I think it's Canto 4, a story in Bhagavatam where it's just an allegory of a king and the queen. The queen is his mind. It's like the queen
he's
represents
going
his.
hunting the king, right?
Oh, you listened to it?
Yeah, I did. So good.
I wasn't sure if I gave it to you when it started, but when it started, it's very like they go over each body part of the queen and what it represents.
Okay, so I was at the part where it was very interesting too, where they went over each detail of the chariot.
Yeah.
So, and because we always say like the horses are the senses, the reins are the mind, and you have that whole, but they went into it on a whole different
Yeah.
level, which was very interesting
Yeah,
too.
it's so interesting.
Yes.
Do you know that story? What was the king's name?
Something with a K.
Uh-huh.
King, and he goes into the forest, and the wife does not want him to go into the forest, but he goes anyway to hunt. And she's, do you know it's King Kaluka? Wait.
Hula Shaker? No.
I
don't.
doesn't
but
ring a
it's
bell
not
yet.
like real because it's just there as like an allegory for
Yeah, right. It's not-
representing
It's just to tell the story
Right.
and to give it.
the.
It
Yeah,
was
I
very
thought it was
interesting.
really interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I took a lot of notes.
And then when afterwards he comes back and begs her to, like forgive him because like the hunting was really like a sexual kind of
yeah.
thing.
Perverse.
I
Right.
can find out for you.
I think it's Canto 4.
You probably put some stuff like that in there because it's a really long book and they don't want you to get bored.
Is it possible? Is it King Dilipa and Queen Sudakshina?
I don't know. I can't
I have
remember.
no
the king's name.
recollection of what they're referring to.
Mm.
Well, so it's this podcast, Wisdom of the Sages. They read Bhagavatam
Yeah, right.
every
Every
day,
day.
Cool.
and then talk about it, and break it down in a way that you can kind of understand it, which is really cool. Yeah, I can't remember his name, the king's name, but Raghunath did say at one point when he was going over all the,
Of the internet, but sometimes the beauty of the internet, you can also.
he was like, Kastuba, you're gonna bore everybody, can't we just skip this part?
I know, and I was like, no.
Anyway, okay, do you wanna continue here?
We can.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
We'll figure that out later.
All right.
It's on that podcast, but
On the podcast. Okay. All right. Let's soldier on.
okay.
Payadrana duparatam mamsyante tvam maharataha yesham cha tvam bahumato bhutva yasyasi lagavam. The great generals who have highly esteemed your name and fame will think that you have left the battlefield out of fear only, and thus they will consider you a coward. Lord Krishna continued to give his verdict to Arjuna. Do not think that the great generals like Duryodhana, Karna, and other contemporaries will think you left the battlefield out of compassion for your brothers and your grandfather. They will think that you have left out of fear for your life, and thus their high estimation of your personality will go to hell.
Oh, so this is it.
I mean, on the one hand, in modern psychology, we are told not to be too fixated on external validation. It's like, all right, well, who cares if Karna and Duryodhana they
Or
think
what
that
they
I'm a
think of
coward?
me,
Like,
right.
what difference does it make? They're on the wrong side anyway. But on the other hand, this is, I mean, I take it as okay, like in some sense, he is doing it. He is doing it for them because they were all linked to him in some way. They are distant family. I mean, even Karna is like his long lost brother that
Right.
he's not even aware of. So,
Mm.
but it's like,
But
in some
Karna,
sense,
Karna knew at that point, right, that he was the brother. That
He-
Kunti was his
he-
mother.
he might have. I think
and
he
he
did
had a
know.
choice to fight for.
Yeah,
Either
Yeah.
side, he
Mhm.
stayed with that side.
right.
I
But I
also
think-
think it's about like Krishna's trying to like help him kind of see ahead of like if he does choose not to fight, what he's gonna feel like. Also, like his dharma is a
Right.
kshatriya, like so it's like he's like trying to like tell him this is what it's gonna look like,
Right.
and that's not you.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of also like it's his dharma. Like
It
that's
is, yeah.
who he is.
That is who he is, yeah.
And he'd rather be. He's like kind of telling him like you're gonna rather be dead
Right.
than deal with that feeling of
Mm.
Going against, yeah.
of walking away from the battle. Like that's
Mm.
not who you are, and it will actually.
Kind of like we would feel disgusted with ourselves when
Yes.
we
Yeah.
do something.
And that's
Right.
far worse than
Yeah.
death,
Right.
right?
Mm.
So.
Well, have any of you ever seen Iron Eagle before?
No. What is this? Is an episode from?
No, it's an old movie from the 80s. If you haven't seen it, then
No.
No.
no. But there was a line at the end where the fellow who was like the mentor of the main hero said, you know, God doesn't give you gifts that he doesn't want you to use.
Yeah.
And he was just like inspiring him to be brave and not to
Yeah.
like turn back.
Right, and this is Krishna. It's God telling him. It's
Yeah.
the same thing, really.
Right, yeah.
Like.
Do you do that? Like, I find myself doing that a lot. Like, even with songs
Mhm.
that aren't about Krishna.
Yeah.
I'll like take the word love
Mhm.
or
Mhm.
and apply it to
Right.
God. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I find like I do that a lot with songs that I pick from my playlist. I'm like, oh, this could be like
Mhm.
love of God or
Well-
God loving.
Well, you
us,
know,
or-
if you ever read the poems of Rumi, a lot of them
Yeah.
can sound very romantic. He's actually talking about our relationship with God.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
yeah.
But you can use those poems like in romantic poetry. You can,
Right,
you
and
know.
and I also do it with shows.
Right.
I'll be like, oh, that's
Mm.
something that
Well, I feel like in our modern times, like movies and TV, they've become a lot like, you know, folklore and stories and literature from the past.
Yeah.
And I feel as if we can use those as allegories to kind of make us understand the scriptures
Yeah.
better.
I
Yeah.
try to find the messages instead of like being
Yeah.
mindless watching TV.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
even things I don't want to watch.
Yeah.
So like, okay, maybe I can find a message here that's
Yeah.
I went through a stage where, like, when I heard love songs, like on the radio, I tried to like
Mm. Like,
make the love song about me. Like,
right.
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? Like, love yourself. Like, think like
yeah.
that kind of love that they talk about. Like, turn that like. I went through this whole stage because for a long time I guess I
Mhm.
didn't have much self love. So I would listen to love songs and be like I'm saying that to
Yeah,
myself.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mhm.
which felt weird, but got me. through
But
some
I
tough
never
times.
did that before. I find it like,
Mhm.
fulfilling maybe, or
Yeah.
just like to turn it into something that's not sexual or lustful
Right.
or,
It's about
you
God.
know, right, into, this is how I feel about God or how God feels about me, you know. So it just makes it a little bit more,
Imagine if the whole world was like that.
yeah.
It'd be such a nice
I
place.
have to listen to songs from 50 years ago to hear like pure messages though. 'Cause
Yeah.
the modern songs that
Oh,
they
yeah.
have a mix like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
you think this is such a sweet song, and then all of a sudden it's like booty roll.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I
Screamed by
only
Usher.
listen to like older music.
It's true.
Yeah, there's no God messaging in rap or you know. I don't think.
Yes, there are a lot of lusty songs
Yeah.
nowadays.
Yeah.
Although, have you heard MC Yogi?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, but he turned that type of music into
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Anyway.
Okay. All right.
Cuckoo, Mrs. Robbins.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
boy, don't get us started.
That's
But
a
that song is not
It's not. It.
all right.
the movie, maybe, but
Yes,
not that
but
song.
that song is not.
That song is about a
if
lot
you-
of different.
It is, because I listened to it, but, well, that's
Yeah,
a whole
okay.
nother, that's a whole nother ball game.
Oh.
Chill, I can't get the song
Well,
into my head.
all right.
though.
So, but you know, it's like we have something called pratibimba bas. It's a perverted reflection. So, I would say it's a very, very perverted reflection of what love is.
What, just that,
Maybe that movie, whatever. I don't know.
The movie,
Whatever,
yeah.
whatever,
Movie, yeah.
whatever that song invokes in us. Because I think people were thinking about it, and
I wasn't.
oh, okay.
I was thinking, I don't know how I can get the Maha mantra into it. Like, it was difficult, and then I was trying to follow, right? It was
Mhm.
like going against one thing to the other, but it didn't provoke. Maybe I have like a different kind of mind. It didn't provoke any type of feeling like that. It more or less brought me back to my childhood,
Mm.
where I was like, huh. And, you know, and then it's like, there's so many different
But the
ways. We can,
music is just music.
it's just a tune.
There's no right.
It's just a tune. It's just a
Mm.
sound, and you could, you know, you could see it that way, which is interesting. Like, you could let your mind go there and be like, oh,
Wait, that's
not
from
good.
that movie.
That's from
right.
that bad thing, or you could just Maha Mantra. So it's two ways of looking at that. Like, we can let our minds go there and be like, ooh, that's dirty, or not. And then in a sense, like if he did that in a temple or the Bhakti Center, I
Right.
get
It
it.
wouldn't go.
but here we are in a yoga studio, also just wanting to express ourselves. So it could go either way as far as I'm concerned in the yoga studio. If it was a temple, I get it. If he started doing something like that at the Brooklyn Temple, I would see like, oh, people might be offended, but it's Mike Sass and we're in a yoga studio, and you know, so it could go either way depending on where you are and where your judgment lies too. Like, it could make you feel a certain way or not a certain way, and so I kind of just try to keep an open mind and let people like find themselves.
Okay. We ready for text 36?
Yes.
Avachya vadamscha bahun vadisyanti tavahita nindantas tava samartayam tato dukaratam dukkataram nukim. Your enemies will describe you in many unkind words and scorn your ability. What could be more painful for you? Purport. Lord Krishna was astonished in the beginning of Arjuna's uncalled for plea for compassion, and he described this compassion as befitting the non-Aryans. Now, in so many words, he has proved his statements against Arjuna's so-called compassion. I think it's one thing that comes to mind throughout the past 3 verses is like, no good deed goes unpunished. You know, he may feel he's acting in compassion, but those very same people that he's feeling compassion for are going to be the main people who defame him and who just make his existence even worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a like there's no other option for him is basically what it's a lose-lose in a sense.
Mm.
And I feel like coming up is where I feel like there's a part in the Gita where, like, I don't know, maybe it's not the Gita where everything comes back, where it's, oh no, it's not at this part, where they bring up everything that has been done to the Pandavas.
Mm.
Like,
Is that in the Gita or just part of the Mahabharata?
I think it's part of the Mahabharata where, like, there's a weak moment with Arjuna, and I don't know who it is. I thought it might be in coming up, but maybe not, where it's like, no, and they bring up from, like, beginning to where you are now, like, named, like, went on and on about
What?
they did this, and they brought up Draupadi, and, like, all of the things,
Draupadi.
and it's like, you know, all of the things.
You know.
They've been trying to
From day one.
Right.
Yeah, trying to
defame him from, right.
Yeah. I'm not reading
All of
ahead,
it.
but I feel like it might be coming up where
Yeah.
I'm thinking of.
Okay. Any other comments? Then I think we can continue.
Yeah.
Hatova prapsyasi svargam jitvava bhokshyase mahim tasmadudista haunteya yudhaya krita nischayaha. O son of Kunti, either you will be killed on the battlefield and attain the heavenly planets, or you will conquer and enjoy the heavenly kingdom. The earthly kingdom, pardon me. Therefore, get up and fight with determination. Purport. Even though there was no certainty of victory for Arjuna's side, he still had to fight, for even being killed there, he could be elevated into the heavenly planets. So, he was Kshatriya, he was doing his duty. He had some difficulties in life, but he did the very best he could with everything that was given to him. He would use all the training, because he took birth in that family, and when he took birth he was very young, and he had the training from Drona, and he was able to learn so many things. During his travels, he got the Brahmastra, and he was an extremely strong fighter. So he had to, and had enough wisdom to know how to rule and how to do the right things. So he had to. That was his destiny, basically, to fight and to have Krishna's association, and for Krishna to tell him that he had to fight, by following, and he accepted Krishna as his guru at that stage. So. You accept your guru's instructions, and by accepting your guru's instructions, you'll get to a better place ultimately. For us, we don't say we're going to the heavenly planets. Either we're going to go to Vaikuntha, like to Goloka, to be with Krishna and to serve Krishna in the spiritual world, or we stay here to continue to serve the souls by helping them get enlightenment, one or the other, but either way we're not out of the loop, really.
Right.
Yeah.
But also, like, here with this, there was no certainty of victory, wasn't there?
Well,
But he didn't know it?
Well,
is that what it is? Because, like, this whole thing was Krishna's arrangement. For that.
There's like Yoga Maya. Yoga Maya is even though Arjuna is an eternally liberated soul, there are things he doesn't know. That's why he was overwhelmed with compassion.
Right.
If he didn't have Yoga Maya influencing him, then he would just follow everything Krishna tells him. Oh, look, it's Krishna. Everything he tells me is going to be great. So let me just do whatever he's telling me to do,
Right.
and everything's going to be fine. I mean, like,
That was also why he was not only his guru, but his friend. He felt
Right.
Yeah, that's,
exactly.
does he see him as his friend right here, or is his guru?
I don't think
God?
he's told him yet.
No, he
that-
did. He did.
Doesn't he,
In
like,
I think it's verse 17, if I'm not mistaken. Let me.
Oh,
no, like where he lets him see
his full form.
his
Or
full
7,
form.
actually.
Yeah,
What,
it's
we
in a later
did read that already? We did show it?
But yeah,
Not yet, right?
Yeah.
So right now, at this point, does he see him as his friend, guru, or
he's his chariot driver.
God?
Yeah.
Like if he was his guru, how could he let him drive the chariot?
That's what I mean.
So that's part of the Yogamaya, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, does he
It's
Well-
more like us being
they've
there and
been
like
friends since they were boys, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
they're cousins actually,
Cousins,
right?
yeah.
One
And
second.
didn't,
Excuse me.
I mean, can I read something real quick?
Sure.
So chapter 2 verse 7 says, "Now I am confused about my duty and have lost all composure because of weakness. In this condition, I am asking you to tell me clearly what is best for me. Now I am your disciple and a soul surrendered unto you. Please instruct me."
Oh.
I mean, although Yoga Maya might have clouded him insofar as him knowing that Krishna is like the supreme who is ruling over every universe, but at that
Right.
point he was surrendered onto him, definitely. Hmm.
And that was chapter 2, verse 7?
Yeah, and now we're at the moment, I think we're just talking about 37 right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the last verse could basically just mean like, you have to stay here and do something. You can't just run away.
Right.
Oh, you'll never be able to live with yourself.
Right.
Right. Hmm. Well,
Or like in a greater sense, even if you run away, you're gonna have to face that at some point.
Oh.
Not that that's what he's saying, but just in
Right.
general in life, like you can't really run
Yeah.
away from things.
yeah,
Like your karmic lessons are gonna catch up to you in some other form.
yeah.
Absolutely.
You know?
I don't know if you remember Back to the Future Part
Oh,
3.
here we go.
I love it though because it gives me something
Like,
to like. I
so-
remember those things
Yeah.
more.
So like Marty McFly has to fight a duel with Biff. He has to do a gun slinging duel, but he doesn't want to do it. He doesn't want to kill anybody.
Yeah.
And then at some point, the guy who, like, there's this country guy over there. I think he played Mr. Haney on Green Acres. And he said, and if you don't do it, you'll be branded as a coward for the rest of your days. And like he was using the moniker Clint Eastwood. It's like, and everyone's gonna say Clint Eastwood was the biggest yellow belly in the Wild West. And that kind of shook something into him. It resonated. Like he didn't want Clint Eastwood's name to be sullied.
Right.
Because he was borrowing his name. He was like a famous star in the late 1900s. And now he's a famous director. But anyway.
Oh, I just remembered there was a movie that was actually based on Bhagavad Gita, The Legend of Beggar Vance.
Oh, yes.
Did you ever watch that?
No, but I've been wanting to see it.
The
Yeah.
Legend of Beggar Vance.
Beggar
Yeah,
Vance,
Beggar
yeah.
Vance,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has
seen
Will
it?
Smith in it.
Yes.
I think I'm like, why does that sound so familiar?
Mhm.
That was based on-
Wasn't he? Was it a golf thing?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's a caddy,
yeah,
and that. Oh, I have to watch it again
yeah. I have to watch it again too. I haven't seen it in like 20 years.
because I didn't realize I watched it so long ago that I never put that.
I mean, I can't vouch for how closely it relates to the actual.
But it's more like Arjuna and Krishna.
Mm.
Yes. Now that I'm thinking about it, guess what I'm watching tonight?
Mhm.
Yeah, let's make a list of things
Yeah, because
that we can say, oh,
we
you know,
could have movie at night in here.
Yeah.
You
We
put a
could.
projector on the wall.
well,
Yeah.
it's also like
Get a
I
projector.
always like trying to search things like that, like what movies are say like spiritual but not like that you know what I mean like that like I need a list of things.
most
to watch.
people say relate Star Wars, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but-
there's a lot of Vedic influence in Star Wars,
Yeah.
actually.
Favorite topic.
Yeah. Don't get me started on Star Wars. I'll never stop.
He's like, yeah.
Yeah.
So excited.
Any one in particular? Is it like 1 through 3 or what?
Yeah, 'cause
Is
there's
it
so
all?
much.
Well, 4 through 6 ultimately, because those
Oh,
are George
4 through
Lucas's,
6.
or 1 through 3. I mean, you do not bother with the Disney trilogy because it's so diluted.
Okay.
Yeah. But you know, like for instance, when in the Return of the Jedi, Luke is like, I can't kill my own father.
Yeah.
So like, you know, Obi-Wan Kenobi is basically taking the role of Krishna, telling him he has to fight his father, and Luke doesn't want to kill him.
Yeah.
I can't do it, Ben.
Yeah.
You can't escape your destiny. You must face Darth Vader again.
I just have to watch these things with this mindset because
Yeah.
I mean, so you mindlessly sit there and watch something, and for me anyway, like now I'm doing that with pretty
Is
much
there any
every.
other movies that
Yeah.
you could think of that,
Mhm.
like you?
You don't have to think right now.
Yeah.
Just
But if
make
you
a list.
remember, let me
I-
know. Because sometimes I just want to, like, let's say I listen to podcasts, but sometimes I want to just watch a movie
Mhm.
and have that good feeling also, where I'm like, ugh, some movies are just so mindless, and then
Yeah.
I have no
But
interest.
if you sit
Yes.
with that mindset and say, oh, I see
Right,
this.
that's what I
see
want. I'm
that.
looking
Yeah.
for that
Yeah.
where I could be like, oh, make a connection. Of
Well, I mean, if you
spirituality.
haven't seen the anime version of Ramayana, I would definitely do it.
Oh,
What
I
is
started.
that?
It's on YouTube.
Yeah, I started it.
Hmm.
Oh, I could finish that. I started that like 2 weeks ago.
Mhm.
Is it just? Should I just look up on YouTube?
Just write Ramayana anime.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like 2 hours long, more or less.
But
Yeah.
didn't you say that it wasn't completely the
Well, I mean, like the story, like in the beginning, where the mother of Bharata was conspiring to like have Bharata be the king instead of Rama, like that's not going to be in the movie.
okay.
Or I think everything after, like when Rama rescued Sita, like they don't have that either, like all the post story. Yeah, it's mainly from the time that Sita was kidnapped up until Sita was rescued.
Okay.
Yeah. Mhm. Shall we go on?
Yeah, let's do one more.
Okay.
What time is it?
It's
Yeah,
9:41.
let's do one.
I think
Yeah.
we can do it. Okay. Sukaduke samekritva labalabhao jaya jayo tato yudhaya yujasva naivam papam avapsyasi. Do not fight for the sake of fighting without considering happiness or distress, loss or gain, victory or defeat, and by doing so you shall never incur sin. Purports: Lord Krishna now directly says that Arjuna should fight for the sake of fighting because he desires the battle. There is no consideration of happiness or distress, profit or gain, victory or defeat in the activities of Krishna consciousness. That everything should be performed for the sake of Krishna is transcendental consciousness. So there is no reaction to material activities. He who acts for his own sense gratification, either in goodness or in passion, is subject to the reaction, good or bad. But he who has completely surrendered himself in the activities of Krishna consciousness is no longer obliged to anyone, nor is he a debtor to anyone, as one is in the ordinary course of activities. It is said, Devarshi bhutapta nirnam pitranam, na kinkaro nayam rini cha rajan, sarvatmana ya saranam sharanyam, gato mukundam parihritya kartam. Srimad Bhagavatam 11:5-41. Excuse me, I just press the button. Anyone who has completely surrendered unto Krishna, Mukunda, giving up all other duties, is no longer a debtor, nor is he obliged to anyone, not the demigods, nor the sages, nor the people in general, nor kinsmen, nor humanity, nor forefathers. That is the indirect hint given by Krishna to Arjuna in this verse. And the matter will be more clearly explained in the following verses. So, I mean, basically, when we do things, I think the main concern we have when we just start thinking about karma is, if we do something bad, then we're going to suffer the consequences. Now, that's a very real danger. But also, when we do good things and we get good things from it, that also has an ultimately negative effect because it ensnares us into this material world.
They say it's all handcuffs. One is golden handcuffs, one is iron handcuffs, but they're both handcuffs.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like
true.
that.
Yeah.
Yep. So,
True spoken.
right.
Right?
It is
really
true.
is.
It is
Karma's
true.
Karma,
Yeah.
it binds you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This part really threw me for a loop, though. It's because he desires the battle. I couldn't reconcile that with my contemplation on the verse.
It's in the beginning, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see it, yeah. Well,
I mean, that's only the purport. That's not the explanation of the verse, but still, I
Mhm.
didn't really understand that.
well, I mean, Krishna desires the battle. I think ultimately, I mean,
Not Krishna. He's saying that. Oh,
he
it
because
is. He is
capital
saying he-
H, yeah,
Oh, I read it wrong.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was talking about Arjuna.
right.
I get it. Okay.
Okay, yeah. And yeah, the Kauravas really gave no other choice.
No, they really didn't.
They didn't want the Pandavas to have even one piece of land that could be on the tip of a pin, basically.
But meanwhile, it was supposed to all be theirs.
Right.
Like, in reality, it belonged to them.
Didn't even want to give them a village.
No.
Yeah.
No, nothing.
Yeah.
That's what happens with greed, right?
So I was listening to this podcast, and they do questions and answer day. And there was a woman who came up to ask a question, and she said, I am trying to find my way in bhakti and feel devoted to Krishna. But I need to know, why would Krishna take my daughter? Because her daughter Pat lost her life in a car accident.
Right.
And it's like those questions I think are so big for so many people. Like,
Yes.
why would Krishna take my daughter?
Right.
You know?
Why would Krishna?
Why does Krishna allow all of this evil to happen in the world?
Yes.
Because he doesn't want to control everyone. He doesn't
Right.
want everyone to be autonomous.
Autonomous?
Or whatever that word is.
Yeah. But I
It's like we
think,
have free will. and it-
right. So, but I think this is like the huge, one of the biggest questions about
Yeah.
God. Like, you think that God is doing this.
Right.
And to think of it any other way, like, if God is God, why is there so much, terrible?
If anyone can
Painful.
get to the platform where they accept that it's completely inconceivable according to their capacity, then that's another level of like entering into something bigger, I think,
Right.
Like,
But-
because like, for example, the typical example is, why do I have to be in this traffic jam? this is horrible, but then 3 miles ahead, you see there was a terrible accident. If the flow of traffic would have been going there, you could have been in that
Right,
accident,
right.
you know? And that's just like a small section of like
Right.
the whole life or all the lives, you know? Like, we just can't know. We just can't know.
Or you could be like defense from falling down and just get out of your car in the traffic jam. I'm sorry.
Oh, boy.
I'm sorry. I just had to do that.
I don't know that one.
But of course, when he did that, it led to a series of consequences, which ultimately cost him his life on the very same day.
You know, another way to like smooth out like that, particularly that kind of tragedy, is just like that person came to this earth. It was already predetermined. They're just here for a certain amount
Right,
of
to
time.
burn
Whether
off
it's a
or
car
whatever.
accident, whether it's disease, whether it's whatever, like something just had to happen for them to make the exit, and that's it.
Right.
you
And
know?
if we really saw it as like going back home,
Yeah.
you know, all of this stuff wouldn't be like, if we could really see it for what it was, and if we had all the answers instead of just having a faith in something, but if we really saw it as going back home, it would almost be like celebrated.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
but we hold on so
It's also a
tight.
legitimate, I mean, that's a legitimate thing that brings people to
Yeah.
explore spirituality, and maybe even if they're confused in the beginning, like that's the entry point.
Right.
And if they
what- I
really
think
wanna
that was
know,
the
and
one
they
of the
really
answers.
keep asking questions and really keep going into it, they'll find some peace.
Right.
But it may not come all at once.
Just get on the
You
way.
know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
I
Please.
think that
Gonna
was
go to
one of the
I'm done with
answers,
that, yeah.
that's-
Thank
you
you.
should just
No, no
leave.
problem. I just wanted to make sure which. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's the last one we
Yeah.
did.
38,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
we're going to 39.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks.
you so
Right.
much.
My
That's
pleasure.
a good way
So
to look
good.
at it, yeah.
It makes me cry because,
Yeah.
yeah, you.
Come on in.